Welcome to another episode of Double Time, a show that respects the viewer's time by utilizing YouTube's increased playback speed feature. These episodes will be raw, witty, and minimally edited, perfectly suited for viewing at double speed. So have no fear, just click that gear, sit back, and enjoy. Hello everyone, it's the Canadian Wi-Fi here. Welcome back to another episode of Plants vs. Zombies. Well, I'm recording this, episode 1 just went live. Yeah, today is the 12th of March, and yesterday was my birthday. Not really much to say other than 23, cool year, one of my favorite numbers. But dude, you're playing a video game here. So today we have the Zamboni, third try, Zomboni. Probably one of my more favorite zombies, cause you know, Canada. Gonna go sunflower, gonna go snow pea, and we're gonna go. Potato mine. So I kind of feel like I didn't give the 3-peater enough respect, and I wanted to try a couple setups with the 3-peater while we're still given like a basic amount of plants. Like this is just another TSPP, and the thing that I don't like about the rake, to be completely honest, versus the potato mine, is the potato mine I can put here, and like I said, it won't advance the round yet. Yet when the rake kills the zombie, which is nice. You don't even have to worry about it. But it like sets the flag to send the next zombie like right away. So it gets the round on quicker. However, it kind of makes it harder for you because it like things happen a lot faster. Anyway, I think we're gonna do 8 sunflowers because we're dealing with 3-peaters and they're very expensive. But yeah, I've never I commented about this on Discord to some of my friends. Oh right, I need to do something with this guy. Whoops. How many people are just yelling at their screens? Idiot. So the setup that I'm going to be trying here is 3-peaters on the middle rows so that they're all covered well and dandy, and then snow peas on the outside rows, because if you have a snow pea on the outside row, it makes up for the fact that only one pea shooter will be shooting. You know what I'm trying to say? All the other rows will be covered by 2 or 3 peas, but the outside row will still always be one behind. Well, the snow pea will slow them all down so that it's as if it's not even a problemo. Which is going to be pretty nice, I think. I've never really used the 3-peaters, really. I've tried them once or twice after the levels where we've been given them, and after that, I haven't looked twice at them, so I figured we'd give them a shot. But yeah, I've lived in Southern Ontario for 23 years, and I've never really been to Toronto. Like, I've been to Toronto, obviously. I've gone to about 25 to 30 Blue Jays games. I've been to a couple Toronto Maple Leaf games. I've been to the ROM. I've been to a bunch of museums, etc. But I've never really been to Toronto. I've never, like, gone there to, like, drink at night, or I've never gone there to, like, meet up with people that live there. I've never had the Toronto experience, and on Saturday, a couple friends invited me to go along with them because they were visiting one of their friends from Toronto, and she had an apartment right downtown. Super nice, like honestly, it was really cool. She showed us around. We went out for dinner, and ended up walking like 8 kilometers through Toronto. So I got a good scenic tour of it. It was fun though. I really enjoyed it. So I guess we're just gonna keep putting more Tango kelp. Why not? It's kind of interesting. That's how many potato mines you could rack up if you were just constantly putting them throughout the round. But yeah, as you can see now, the middle rows are going to be pretty well covered. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Like, once I get this next 3-peater out, they're going to be even more covered. But then you're like, well, what about the top rows? They only have 2, and that's where the snow pea is going to come in. As here we have our first Zomboni. They take quite a lot of hits to kill. I'm gonna put down a squash. But as you can see, what's gonna happen here is that it's gonna be leaving a trail of ice behind it, and what is going to follow up the Zomboni is probably my favorite zombies. I wonder if that's enough ice. 3 squares of ice should be enough ice. But we'll see if they arrive, because they're not in the round preview. Yeah, here they come. It's the bobsled, 4-man bobsled team. Brains or bust, and they'll ride the ice all the way down. So if you let a Zamboni get all the way to like the second to last slot, well then these guys are gonna be sledding in all the way to the back of the thing, and yeah, it's just it can become a nightmare. Luckily, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to take these guys out here. Give me, please. Come on. There we go. But that is why they give you the jalapenos, because I'll show you on the final round here, but what they do is they do an entire lane of zombies like that, and it's fire, so it melts all the ice. So if a Zomboni comes by and puts a huge layer of ice, you can get rid of it by putting down a jalapeno, if you're super worried about it. But I love the startup sound effect. just the car. We're gonna put out another 3-peater here, and I'm ready with the squash in case need be. We might get it in time. Yeah, we should get it in time. I'm putting a lot of trust in my 3-peaters. Oh my goodness, that's an expensive plant to just have run over. As that'll be our setup. There's our setup. It took right until the final level, but there's our setup. And as you can see, we got this bobsled team coming in. But what we can do here is just put down a jalapeno. There you go. Destroys the entire row. And that's the jalapeno. Sadly, this guy's not going to get destroyed because the snow pea will not slow him down enough. So I'm gonna have to get him out of here. Oh, it actually did get destroyed. Wow. I'm impressed. But we haven't been getting many defensive plants, if you notice. We've been getting offensive plants, or plants that can OHKO zombies in an offensive way, like TSPPs. But we haven't really gotten any defensive plants because I don't know why. Like they're just as fun to use. The last one we got was the walnut, but here we get another one, spikeweed. It pops tires and hurts zombies that step on it. So spikeweed is as I've said a few times, what they normally do is they introduce a new type of zombie, like the Zomboni, and then they make you deal with it for one level, and then they give you an easy way to deal with it afterwards. So we're definitely going to bring the spikeweed in this level, and I think we're basically going to do this exact same setup, or maybe we'll do repeaters instead of 3-peaters. I mean, 3-peaters are definitely interesting, as you saw I made them work, but no, I just feel safer with repeaters. They're a little less... Because the thing is, I don't want to be boring. I don't want to make like every single level just like 6 repeaters across the screen. And like, okay, so we might try something different here actually. We need that, and we're gonna need squash, or are we good with jalapenos and potato mines? If I get rid of the potato mine, put in squash, so we have room for one more plant. So we need a pea shooter. Is it gonna be 3, re, or pea? I suppose we could do chompers. Shall we try to do chompers? That'd be a little crazy. I don't know if this will work, but we're gonna try that. No pea shooters. Alright, let's give ourselves a challenge, boys and girls. Ready, set, plant. This one could get funky, especially because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a three length, like 3 flags. So we're definitely gonna need sun, because our main form of offense here is gonna be chompers behind a walnut, and walnuts recharge pretty slowly. In addition, we've given ourselves a little bonus challenge because the first zombie is gonna get taken care of real quick. So our best form of offense in the water is definitely gonna be those tangle kelps, because they're gonna prevent the oh goodness, they're gonna prevent the diving zombies from being nightmares for us. Or you know what, honestly, I might just put out the 2 tangled kelps so that we don't have to worry about the water at all in the early going. I'll put out a squash. No, I'm gonna do sunflower first. Now I'll put out the squash. I should really put out a walnut as well. I should figure out what we're doing here with this setup so that I can get the walnut recharging. Okay, we're gonna do chompers here, I believe. No, we'll do them here. Because we're gonna have like, we're gonna have nothing else, right? There's no pea shooters to accumulate back here. Just spikeweeds, so we'll have spikeweeds all the way up to there. It's time to learn how quickly spikeweeds recharge. Pretty quickly, that's good to see. So as you can see, the spikeweed, as the zombie's walking over it, is damaging it ever so slightly. But the problem being there, of course, is we're gonna need a lot of sun. Alright, so we're gonna get a squash there next time we have sun. Squash is ready to roll. The root's protection is ready to roll. Come on, notice him. Okay. So. And what you can do also, as you just saw there, you can put a spikeweed down in front of a walnut, so that as the zombie's busy chewing on the walnut, he's taking damage, which is actually a pretty cool little thing. I don't know how many spikeweeds in a row you need to just kill a regular zombie, but we're definitely gonna figure out in this level because they recharge pretty quick. As we're definitely gonna go 2 full rows of sun. Come on, sunflowers. Mr. Walnut's getting eaten. There we go. And that first zombie's gonna die in the water. Like I said, the first few zombies in the water I won't even have to worry about, which would be quite nice. And the top 2 rows are looking pretty solid now. As we can get a chomper there. Yeah, this is a cool setup. I already like this. We can get that guy right there. Because obviously what's gonna happen eventually is those scuba divers are gonna come in. And these tangled kelps are going to give me time to set up the 4 land rows before I start dealing with the water rows. So here's my chomper. Now all the land rows have chompers and walnuts on them. And I can't put the walnuts yet in the water, but this gives me time to build up enough sun to get spikeweed. So those top 2 rows are solid. Like it gives me enough room to put down jalapenos or squashes if I need to. And I mean, I might as well put down another. So yeah, we're gonna be drowning in sun here in a minute. Now that we're basically just waiting for spikeweed to recharge every time. Right before this big wave of zombies too. Just pretty ideal. So as you'll see here, I assume there's gonna be a zomboni that fires up here in a sec. Doesn't sound like it. But any of the zombonis would have just immediately died there. As soon as they have their tires pop, they explode. So I don't know if they're like hydrogen powered zombonis that explode with the tiniest bit of rustling, but as you can see, these spikeweeds are quite powerful. They damage pretty quickly, and a big row of them can take care of zombies pretty quick. So this setup should actually be pretty good. Now that the land rows are done, the problem, of course, is the water rows. You can't put spikeweed on the water, and I can almost guarantee you that you're not going to be able to plant it on lily pads. It can only be planted on solid ground. So these water rows are going to get pretty finicky here in a sec. But we're going to put down a walnut. Although that's kind of silly. I wonder if the scuba goes through it. No, it doesn't. Well, that can be our insurance, I suppose. We'll have a little bit of insurance on this row. There we go. Gotta get it symmetrical though. And what we can do too, actually, is just start putting squashes behind each one of these, because I'm pretty sure the only time those squashes will be eaten is if something somehow gets all the way to the chomper, eats through the walnut and the chomper, then the squash will be activated. But until then, we're sitting pretty. And then chomper there, and there's our defense. So, to be completely honest, if need be, we can get rid of those walnuts as well. And put in more chompers, because chompers can eat through chompers, but... I mean, at this point, I almost wish I built it back one, because then I could have more spike weed. But there's nothing I can do at this point, really, right? You're just sitting here watching zombies' heads pop off, and the water rows are definitely going to get a little bit finicky, but to be completely, like, we can just keep putting out Tangle Kelp. There's no reason not to. I haven't even showed you a jalapeno. I don't know if I want to keep planting squash, because, like, they'll never be used, unless I can activate there. Didn't even have a chance. As you can see, I have 1,200 suns, so like it almost makes me feel like I should start digging up sunflowers. And there's no need for that There's no need for that. My sunflower army did well, but they're unnecessary at this point. See, this is where just having one pea shooter, even like a small pea shooter instead of what? Probably like the jalapeno would have been quite helpful for me, because all the rest of these plants I had an idea for, but the jalapeno I just kind of took for a TSPP, but you don't really need 2 TSPPs. As you can see, the scuba's going to come up to eat the walnut and just get chomped. These walnuts aren't even taking too much damage, because like even if a conehead makes it there, he's just getting chomped right away. Like this zombie will be... I don't know. I don't know what I can do at this point other than just sit back and talk. We have 2,000 sun. Hey, that'll be our goal. Our goal will be to finish this level with 2,000 sun. Goodbye. I mean, to be honest, we could just be digging up chompers as soon as they eat a zombie and replacing them. We have so much sun, we might as well. And that's not an efficient way to go about it, but it could work in a pinch. I wonder if you can plant jalapenos on. You can. Okay. I don't think chompers can eat through another chomper, so like this chomper here would not be able to reach through. Sadly. There will be a plant later that actually allows us to do that. Like 2 rows of chompers, and both chompers could eat. That walnut's about to get eaten. Luckily I have just the thing. When you're finished with that, here's another one. So good. And those guys are both gonna finish at the same time, and zombie, fresh zombie. As here we go, we can watch the Zamboni. Tires are gonna get popped. It actually removes the spike weed, which is interesting, but put down another one. Get some more. So today I happen to be drinking Canada Dry, an absolutely wonderful ginger ale. Wonder if I can get both. Nice, you can. You can get a 2-for-1 actually with the lily pads if you time it properly, which is super nice. And by lily pad I obviously mean squash, but yeah, if you time it perfectly you can get a 2-for-1. Brilliant. I might as well use the jalapeno to show you what it does. So here's, no, it's just a, well, I mean, why not, dude? I've already shown this off too. What am I doing? Don't even remember the old game I'm playing. I just feel trapped. Like there's nothing I can do. I didn't bring any pea shooters. So, like the see, this is why like there's a very efficient way to play through this game, and it's with pea shooters, which is why they give you so many variations on them, and so many upgrades to them. But there's definitely ways to play to make it more interesting than just like a bog standard, know nothing nonsense. Same as every other Joe Blow who's played the game. You like that, don't you? Walnuts are your favorite? Well, that chomper's oh, ooh, that was silly. I forgot the plants have a respawn time. I suppose I can just, that's the wrong lane. Good thing I brought enough TSPPs to get me through. As we seem to have like a mid-wave crisis here. I'm surprised we haven't heard more Zambonis revving up. That walnut was one bite from being done. Here comes the Zamboni, same lane as before. I always click frantically along the edge of the screen in case they drop something, because you can never tell. They're off screen. There you go. So this is generally going to be like the most hectic time of the level, because the final waves generally aren't that bad. It's the time right before the final waves. As you can see, like they just send swarms of zombies at us. So what we can do here is actually just put a squash as soon as that's eaten. And as you can see, you can get rid of all of them basically, just in time for this plant to be ready to eat. Now obviously that's a little bit dangerous because it's a little bit dangerous because if there's too many zombies, they'll be able to eat the walnut, or eat the lily pad rather, before you have a chance to put it down. But we can just grab that guy right out of here. Walnut's definitely not going to be a respawn in time, so we'll get rid of that. These pool lanes could be a problem if it wasn't for the Tangle Kelp. I feel like I missed something on the final wave. I was meaning to click somewhere, but I forgot. But you can get rid of these guys with that. But yeah, like the problem is if you mistime your click here, they'll eat through the walnut and then eat the lily pad before you have time to click down the squash. But luckily that's not a problem. We get another really cool plant. So for the first few stages of World 3, we got like kind of basic plants, and now we're into the cool things again. This is a torchwood. Any peas that pass through it turn into fireballs, which do double damage, and I think that's about it. And we're introduced to probably the most dangerous zombie in the entire game. This is basically the pole vault zombie, just in the water lane. So it'll ride its dolphin and then jump over the first plant that it sees, which is really, really difficult. It's probably the hardest zombie you'll face until much later. So I think we're going to go with a bit more of a standard approach here. We're going to bring in the repeater and the torchwood so that you can see just how much damage these guys do, because that's going to be 2 peas multiplied by 2 by the torchwood, so that's 4 damage per shot. Is that it, eh? Well, I'll bring the spikeweed just because it recharges quickly and it's fun. I mean, if you get 3 spikeweeds, you don't have to shoot at any of the zombies like that. Although, I wouldn't want my torchwoods getting eaten by walnuts, so. Yeah, I think I'm okay with the. We'll do that. Let's go. Let's rock and roll, baby. Ba, 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 ba. Come on, Mr. Sunflower. There we go. As we don't actually have the rake anymore, which is why I brought the potato mine. I kind of foresaw that. That should give me plenty of time. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about the time thing. Maybe they get sent anyway. I've never really cared to look. We get a sign from the sky. Thank you. I should really stop with the lily pads while we still don't have some built up, because like... Yeah, I guess they do just send the next guy. I've been wrong this whole time. I've been telling you lies. Lying right through my teeth. Now luckily this is already built up, but I don't know if that's going to be enough time. I suppose we can put down a Tangle Kelp. So the problem here is that our repeaters and our Torchwoods are both quite expensive. So, you know, I think we're gonna do another game where at least on the land we put in sunflowers. So we're gonna be at 10 sunflowers, which is what we used to rock on the old levels when we wanted insane amounts of sun. And then on the water rows, yeah, we can bring everything back one just because the dolphins are going to be coming at it so quick. There's no reason to hike all your defenses up towards the army. I'm actually going to put one of those down right there, so I don't even have to worry about that lane yet. And I think what I'm going to do is put out walnuts on that line right there. And there we go. Get one more sunflower and we're good to go. Looks like all the rows have some defense to them, at least for the time being. Now, I suppose that was silly because he's just gonna get taken down anyway. Right, build your walnuts, dude. So I have nothing to say today, other than like, oh, that was a misplace. Oh well. Whoops. I suppose you'll get to see what the burning trees do now. We're gonna have a large lack of attack power on the water rows, although maybe that won't be the biggest of problems. You can have some Tangle Kelps right in front of them to help protect them. As that's already our first wave. Oh, what we should be doing is putting some walnuts out on the water up here, so that if we do end up getting attacked by some, or when we do, not if, when the dolphin zombies that start approaching, here they come, they'll be forced to jump over the lily pad and lose all their speed. As you can see, they're fast, they jump over, and then they're regular zombies, which is terrifying, honestly. Because when they jump like 3 spaces too. They really jump. So the reason I wanted to leave a space here so that we can get 2 repeaters by the Torchwoods potentially. That should be enough. That sound will drive you insane once you get into the later levels. You'll hate that sound. Because you just know it means that shit's about to hit your fan and your defense is about to just get eaten alive by these bastards. But yeah, as I said, like, there's not really a reason putting anything out here, because if you put these walnuts out any further, they're just gonna get eaten by regular zombies, and if you put them any further back, then by the time the zombie jumps over them, you're way too far in deep. And now we have a Torchwood on every row. Just about a walnut on every row. This should have been the setup that I brought to the three stage level, but there we go. Like, nothing's getting through that. Especially when we start doubling it up. So now we have what? 8 damage flying at every zombie per turn. Just listen to that sweet, sweet sound. If we can get 200 sun here real quick, we can finish our defense right before the final wave, which would be super nice, but I don't think we're going to. There we go. Just really bring it to that cone head. Look how quickly this cone head's gonna die. It's crazy, man. I was gonna say we can just jalapeno them, but it doesn't even matter. These guys are gonna die so quickly. It might be quicker to just wait it out than try to put down a jalapeno. Now we have we have an upgraded version, you may notice that the walnuts aren't doing it for us anymore, especially because things can just jump over them like they're not there. Well, this is the solution for that. It's a heavy-duty wall that can't be vaulted over. It's more than twice the price, but they're gonna immediately throw the javelins at you as well. They're gonna be like, see that tall nut that can't be vaulted over? Well, here's both vaulting zombies. Have at it. So I almost want to bring the same thing, but I think we'll try it with 3 Peters this time. Which means things are going to get stupid expensive real quick. Oh boy. Our walnuts are 125. Where's our TSPP? What TSPP should we bring? Squash, jalapeno. We should probably bring jalapeno because of the Zambonis. Although we have the spikeweed, so maybe squash should be better. Maybe cherry bomb. Let's just go with a nice solid cherry bomb. You haven't chosen any sun-producing plants. Jeez, man. Alright, we're going with no TSPPs then. Though I guess we have potato mine and tangle kelp, which are kind of necessary because in the early game, like, I have nothing here. There's no pea shooters. There's just 3 Peters. So let's go. Let's see how this one does. I'm nervous. This is 3-9. There's gonna be a long level, and I brought expensive plants. We're gonna need a lot of sun real quick. Though I guess we've seen that if you're using spikeweed and chompers, you end up with like 3,000 sun by the end of some of these levels. So maybe it won't be as bad as I think. Guess we'll just have to see how she goes. We'll continue putting down our only TSPPs. That's the problem with running with this setup, the Torchwood, Tallnut, and 3 Peter, is that you have no room for TSPPs at all. So you just, like, basically what you're forced to do is just hope that your setup is good enough, which I think it will be. But if something goes wrong, you're in the shitter, right? You hope your lawnmowers or pool cleaners, which I'm glad I upgraded to, are gonna be able to get the job done. I suppose we'll start with the spikeweeds. Would that be the best way to go? Let's put out some potato mines on rows that we don't have to worry about, and then, yeah, I guess we'll start with the spikeweeds, so that zombie will get taken care of by the potato mine. How many rows of spikeweed should we do? Well, if we're doing 3 Peters, then a thing, and then a tall nut, so we'll do 3 spikeweed, which is enough to kill a normal zombie. Speaking of, I totally missed that guy. I guess that's a lawnmower down. I completely forgot about him. This zombie should die, but there goes a lawnmower. No TSPPs, so. Alright, let's not make that mistake again. Is that guy gonna die? I hope so. Nice, okay, they do die on 3. So that guy, man, I have to be very careful here. Here comes a cone head, and I don't know if the potato mine will be recharged in time. I might have to do that. Put down the tall nut and see how long it takes him to chew through that. You'd be amazed. So we need to get some 3 Peters going here. No, we need more sun, dude. What are you doing? Need the sun. Won't be a problem. It'll no longer be a problem. Oh boy. Alright, the top lanes are okay. I can kind of stop worrying about the top lanes now. Yeah, even 1 3 Peter out here would be super convenient. But I'm kind of having to be like proactive and kill things as they appear here. Okay, it only takes 2 actually, which is super nice. We can put out more sun. That guy's gonna get caught by the tangle kelp. That guy's getting caught by that. Okay, perfect. We can get a 3 Peter going on. If we go, yeah, I think that's gonna be our rows. Nice. We're TSPPing our way to the first wave of zombies. That should be enough to take care of that cone head, surely. Let's get some more sun out there. We almost have all our spike weed up, which is nice because that gives us protection against all regular zombies. One more three-peater would be great, but I think the round's about to start. Yeah. Haven't even got our sunflowers out there yet, man. Crazy. Yeah, let's put a potato mine out there for the bucket head. There's no way we're getting that. Alright, one more sun and we can take care of some of these guys. Although it's right in the way of that potato mine, so I guess we're gonna have to wait a second here. The tall nut takes a while to recharge, so let's put it out right here. As you can see, we're gonna watch this pole vaulting zombie come running up, and it's just gonna vault into it and fall. Your boing is useless here. You have no power. That's that bucket head's finally out of the way, and we can finally actually get some work done. Now the problem that I immediately realized that I shouldn't have even done is these should be back one, because the problem with the three-peaters is that if I were to put a torchwood here, the peas wouldn't get affected. I don't even know if they'd get affected here, because they need to be so far back. Well, let's plant some things, dude. Come on. Once this guy goes down, I don't care which one takes him. Those regular zombies should just die, which is nice. Yeah, the tall nuts take so long to recharge. You know what we can do is we can dig up those back ones and put in more. And then at least some of the three-peater shots will be torched, which will be nice. That'll be huge. It's gonna take a few minutes to get this setup setted, but once it's set up, we have torchwoods going across. It's gonna be a heck of a setup, I think. So we might as well start them. Should we start them here or here? I guess on these rows, here makes more sense. Then you get both, right? Yeah, you get both. Hey, that one just reaches the edge of it, which is nice. As you can see, this guy's gonna jump over the first thing, so we gotta put something out there for him to jump over. Otherwise, he'd jump over the tangle kelp. And it looks like somehow the disaster has been averted. Right, that torchwood was gonna be here because I could put in a third one, but oh well. 2 should be enough. Because once you have a torchwood, each piece doubled, so that's technically like having 2 repeaters, which is normally enough anyway. It's just a little bit of space saving. Mind you, we're not using that space for anything, because it's not like a crazy late level where we need to or anything. But we're on the second to final wave here, and we're just about set. We can just start planting. Like, we have all of our plants ready to go. In fact, now we're pretty much set. Now we really are set. We might as well get rid of that tangle kelp. It's not gonna be useful to us. We just need one more sun and it's ready to go. There we go. Ba, ba, ba. I do like that the music is like bits added to it depending on how many zombies there are on screen. Like the more zombies that are like attacking your house, you have like bits added to the music, make it a little bit more stressful, a little bit more intense, which I think is very wise. Like I said, the music in this game is phenomenal. We actually are close to $2,000. I think we'll have it after this round, which is pretty awesome. And we're pretty close to getting another three-peater, so might as well stop drinking my drink and try to collect some sun. As now we're gonna have even more firepower on every row except the top and the bottom. As you can see though, these guys without the tall nuts are a huge problem. Jumping over the first plant is super OP, especially because of just how fast they move. I'm pretty sure they're faster than the pole vaulting zombies. Oh, much faster. Probably like 4 times the speed. So now the middle rows have 1, 2, 3, 4 P shooting on them, which is all doubled by the torchwood. So the middle rows have 8 damage going at them. These guys have 1, 2, 3 damage, and the back rows have 3 as well. So. Just wanted to get that spike weed back down. And yeah, we have no TSPPs, but we managed to make it work. 3-9 wasn't actually that bad. You have to remember we get money for all of our lawnmowers too, so we're gonna get $250 extra here at the end. So. That was hectic. I need to take a stretch after that one. That's a cool setup though. Like I wanted to showcase 3-peaters a little bit in the back end of World 3 because they're really not that useful in the upcoming stages. So I figured we're gonna be seeing a lot of repeaters. We might as well see some 3-peaters getting some action to show that they are useful. And I've really never used them, so it was kind of like a nice little self-challenge. But yeah, we have 2250. Hello, we heard you were having a pool party. We think that is fun. We'll be right over. Sincerely, the zombies. Oh, goodness, could you imagine looking out the end of your backyard and seeing that? But as I've said before, and I'll say it again, these are almost more of a celebration than anything. Congrats, you made it to the end of the world. Get some more spikeweed. I feel like that's what we're gonna be getting a lot of spikeweeds, and we're gonna be getting a lot of jalapenos. We got a tall nut here. Maybe a little far out. Could have put it back one more. I'll save that one. More lily pads. Starting is always a little bit stressful. You don't know what you're getting. This guy's gonna be a problem. Might as well get him out of the way. And put that there maybe. Back one, like I said. Get rid of this row. That's gonna be a problem if I didn't do that. Yeah, torchwoods are great, but I mean, thank you, goodness. There's fine by me. That was actually really silly. Those torchwoods should be a lot further up, but I just panicked because I saw the zombies. Okay. Need to be more careful. I'm actually gonna, I think, dig up. We'll leave them for now, but yeah, they should be a lot further up. Whoops. You can definitely play stupid. Even though they give you all the plants to win, you can definitely still play stupid. But now we have tall nuts and spikeweeds and at least shots on every row, so we should, excuse me, be fine for a while. We're getting more TSPPs than we know what to do with, man. Getting a 3-for-1 here with this, we'll get it in a second here. Yeah, because you're going to stack up 3-peaters along the back there. And then squash all 3 of these guys at once. Yeah, so I am gonna dig up these torchwoods. Whoops. See, because what I'd be doing now is there, and there. I am an idiot. And at this point, we can start putting them in the middle rows, because that's where they'll have the most effect. There we go. Get rid of that bucket head. Wonder how many more torchwoods we're gonna be getting. Get some more 3-peaters. I keep bumping the microphone. I don't know if like that's really annoying to you guys, but I sincerely apologize. I'm playing at a weird angle, and it's like forcing me to turn my head, and I'm gonna try to move here. Just adjust myself in my chair. But it's just a little awkward, and I'm sitting way too close to the microphone, and because of that, I'm sometimes bumping it by accident. Hopefully this dolphin zombie, like, is gonna jump over that and then jump right into enemy fire. That's a lot of damage. Now we have a little bit of damage on the pool lanes as well, which is nice. That's spike weed at the front of each, which is good. And obviously these guys aren't as impressive over here because they're only firing 2 Ps. Like, that's not a P that you get back. There we go. There's what I'm looking for. Some more torchwoods. Now the top 3 rows are pretty much covered. As that Zamboni didn't die. I don't like the look of that. It was about to run over my tall nut. Another Zamboni. Might as well get one of these up here. A lot of bullshit coming on the top row there. Now, as you can see, now that's a defense. That's a lot of peas on fire flying at the enemy. And at this point, I mean, we're just gonna be putting them in front of it because why not? What else are you gonna do? I forgot to mention you also can't plant on the ice, so it's a good thing to keep them around just in case. You can always jalapenos, that is. Just watch it. This will melt the ice, and then you can put down another spike weed. We got ourselves another huge wave of zombies. As we have enough squashes, we might as well just put the squashes out. Might as well let them eat through that one. There we go. Now that's a defense. Our defense is complete. We can just sit here picking up money the whole rest of the time. Not really anything to do. Put out some lily pads. Focus on the money. I mean, is there even a reason to put these walnuts out? At this point, is it worth it putting the 3-peaters in front, or I'm not even sure. These Zambonis are dying so quickly, it's not, it almost doesn't even seem worth it. Like, look at this. That Zamboni's dying like 2 squares in, it doesn't even have time to put down ice. This is an incredible defense right now we have, guys. I can safely dig up that tall nut knowing that nothing's ever gonna get to it. Yeah, why not? Let's just put down some more 3-peaters. Get some more shots going. I mean, geez, they're just piling on the Zambonis right now, aren't they? They're like, did you learn how to beat a Zamboni? Because if not, you're in for a world of hurt. So here we go, our final huge wave. I mean, why not, right? Put out some more torchwoods. Vroom vroom. You can hear him just starting up. I love that so much. Dude, just look at the zombies just everywhere, man. There's so much. So much on screen. So much is happening and the game's not even lagging. That's the hallmark of a good game right there. Look at these guys. They poke their head up and they just drop. They don't even survive. Did you see that? He pokes his head up and it just falls off. So yeah, that's a nice little like tribute to the 3-peater. Look at your screen right now. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're gonna pick up our plant and we're gonna call it an episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. And next time on Plants vs. Zombies, probably my favorite 10 levels. If we're going by a world-based video game, probably my favorite 10 levels ever. You'll have to wait and see. You'll have to wait and see. World 4 is definitely some of my favorite levels ever. So there's that next time. I hope you guys enjoy this one, and yeah.